was a space for, clear, well-organized Black leadership, and I wanted to be a part of that. Oh, so many stories. The general being part of shocking people and sharing with the people at Caravana with condoms and information and enthusiasm, decked out in t-shirts and colors, and definitely being part of the Caravana celebration, but definitely sort of fulfilling the Black Cap mandate at the same time. I love that. I loved coming to work every day and having a drawer full of dildos and Chinese balls and Benoit balls and, all kinds of fun stuff, and using that for fun, but also using that for education. I loved the people that I worked with. Staff meetings were unlike any other, not just the check-ins, which were often very personal, sort of, slash professional clearings, but the fact that I was sitting in the room with friends and loved ones, and that together we were working toward a really serious, mission that was about love. Lots of death, lots of dying, but also lots of good times, Even the funerals would be celebrations. Thank God for Black Cap.
Black Cap was very much about aesthetics as it was about message. I remember when Douglas and the group was sort of looking for a logo, I was immediately thinking of Adinkra and the Adinkra cloths, which where they carved calabash in these symbols and they stamped it on these ceremonial cloths. And so I found 4 symbols which I thought were really relevant. And then we had these really wonderful hats, and I think the company was called Jambalaya. And they took the Black Cap logo, the Black Cap, the Adinkra symbols, and some of those slogans. Black people's lives are important, and they made these wonderful little skull caps that were black and white, but they also had multicolored ones. We come very much from a lineage and a legacy of visual artists and craftspeople and performers. And when I look at the subway ads Black Cap is doing now with the things that they hand out at Afrofest, that the images there are things that reflect us. When you look back, you see yourself. That the image staring back at you reminds you of you or somebody you know. It connects to you.
Whenever you hear, because all Black people's lives are important, when you hear that, for me, it really epitomizes sort of the vision of what we're doing in our lives, addressing issues around gender, sexuality, and the broader issues around social justice. And I think, for me, its mission is important because it speaks to that. It speaks to that on so many levels, and I think it is important as an organization in that capacity.
Because all Black people's lives are important. It is, and it's very deceptive in its simplicity, but it captures a lot. In those early years, it took a lot of courage and a lot of honesty to be part of an organization like Black Cap, because at that time, AIDS was still very much a very scary concept, and people were dying. And if you weren't willing to to deal with that on a human level, you tended to stay away from Black Cap. And so I think that's very much a part of the magic of Black Cap, is being able to create a space of honesty. And I really think it actually is a model for community development at large, because part of what's necessary to do community is to be honest, about differences in class, differences in race, differences around abilities. And those conversations are often not had, or they're swept under the carpet in other institutions in our community.
When I became involved with Black Cap, it was like being home, like coming home. Like, you know that there's certain things you can't say to your family. You can have a discussion. You can talk about your fears, your dreams, your uncertainty, how you feel. But at Black Cap, you could, and you were given a space to talk about it. Black Cap was like a lifeline for me to hold on to. It was like God sending this angel, and I always say, like, angel doesn't always wear wings, but God sending these people to surround me when I needed it most. So I kind of like committed myself that if I could be part to give back as much, like paid forward, I would do that.
As a person living with HIV, I feel fully, meaningfully involved. It's not tokenistic. And I think because of that, it makes really Black Cap a unique agency because of the approach and the professionalism that is there, and also the fact that one has an ability to grow and be able to live a healthy, fulfilling lives and be able to give back to the community in a meaningful way. So that on its own, it really makes Black Cap a unique organization.
I'm the one in the blue dress with the little puff on there. That was my favorite hairstyle.
Where is it now?
Right there.
Oh my gosh.
With the cup in my hand, being extra.
Yes, there she is.
Busting jokes. We had enough fun back then.
Every event we had, you know, children were a part of the children are part of family, and it feels real.
Yeah,
and actually,
was real.
For me, sometimes it feels even realer than my family of origin, because like there's no bullshit at Black Cap. People are straight up. There's honesty. There's lots of love. There's lots of giving and receiving. So, I mean, it's a true family in every sense of the word to be part of this organization.
It is. They made life a little bit easier at times when times were hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, when times are kind of, you know, they were there.
Yeah, just do them. Get ready
Renisa
for
with the
walk.
backpack, me there.
Them again.
There's something that I always ask myself to sort of, you know, keep on track, keep myself on track, to remind me where I am and where I think we ought to be going. And that is, I continually ask myself, why are we here? Different people might answer this question in many, many different ways. But I believe we are here because we believe in our communities. We are here because we want to help our communities become strong, vibrant, prosperous, and healthy. And we are members of these communities, of course, so we are implicated in this work, and I think that it is always important to keep reminding ourselves of why we're here. And if we can sort of focus on that, why are we here, and keep reminding ourselves about why we're here, the sense of service, the sense of humility, the sense of working collaboratively, then I think that I see, you know, good things in the future for Black Cap.